welcome to the channel. It's Rad, and before we start, few words here. I do apologize for Thursday that I have cancelled the live stream. I was not feeling very well at all, so I just couldn't put myself into doing it. Meaning I was physically incapable of doing it. But we are back now, and because there is a lack of astrological events for the actually there is one, but in any case I do believe that monthly is a bit more appropriate for Taurus, so I'm going to do monthly. And we're about to check. Good morning, News Devon. Hello, Samuel. Welcome to the stream. I do feel better now. Yeah. So in any case, we're about to check what the month of September is going to be for all of us. And one other thing, I'm bringing back the old spreads. So that said, the streams are about to become a bit longer than what we are used to. No, you haven't, News Devon. I was drowsy and dizzy, and I had vertigo, and it's just, I was, like I said, physically incapable of bringing that stream to fruition. Right, so a few notes before I start with the star signs. There are going to be 12 readings, one for each star sign, and I am going to run down the ecliptic, meaning that I'm going to start with Aries, and also I'm going to end up with Pisces. And while most of you are probably here just for the sun sign of yours, meaning the sign that you are born under, because that sign is going to show you what kind of events are going to happen to you throughout the month of September. The moon sign is also very important because listening to that sign of yours will uncover for you how those events are going to make you feel, therefore how they're going to apply to you. And lastly, rising sign is also important to listen to, because that sign, that reading is going to give you an understanding what is going to be the best way to move around. So listening to all three major signs of yours will give you much broader and as well personalized perception of the month that it is ahead. Now, other than that, if you do have more specific issues or more specific questions of yours, you can go for personalized reading. One you can purchase from my website, which link you can find in the description down below. And if you do enjoy these live streams and also videos that I'm putting as a content on my channel, you can subscribe for it if you haven't already. Leave a like, comment on the video as well. Either engagement helps. And if you do know someone that you may think that those videos are going to help him or help her, you can share them with, you can share the video that you are watching with them. Other than that, if you do decide to support the channel financially through Super Chat or PayPal, which link of PayPal you're going to find in the description down below, you're going to have a reading at the end of the stream that is guaranteed. Should your donation carries no inquiry, the reading is going to be about how month of September is going to affect you. The reading will contain an event and how that event is going to affect you. Just like Yasmin did. Yasmin, thank you for the 20. Thank you, Yasmin. And as well, News Devon, thank you for the £5. Thank you, News Devon. Let me put you girls into the list. And the end of the stream, you're going to have your personalized readings. So starting up with the first star sign that I'm going to read for, that's going to be Aries. So you can keep up what star sign I'm reading for through the glyph and the illustration as well being displayed right there. And first one, that will be Aries. So let me shuffle and see what we have. And I'm gonna show you the spread as well today. 4-card spread. I'm doing the weeklies with that spread. So the first card will describe the topic and the environment of your month. That is Ace of Wands in the Aries case. The second card will describe what will work against you. These are the things you should avoid doing, or the forces which are working against you. That will be 10 of Swords. The third card describes the forces that are working in your favor, and in that particular case, it is the Wheel of Fortune. And the final card shows how the month is gonna wrap up for you. That will be the Two of Swords for Aries. Those 4 cards. So this for you, Aries, is going to be a month of a gainful opportunities. There are going to be more than just one of them, but one in particular is going to stand out above the others, because this opportunity will be something that you are prepared for, but in the same time, it is an opportunity that will give you a lot of room to expand as well on your current skills or on your current knowledge. Well, you can take it as an opportunity that will allow you to develop talents, skills, or a knowledge that is heretofore unexplored by you. And you can truly, by the look of those cards, again, those 4 cards, you can truly shoot yourself in the foot here by rejecting it unequivocally by the 10 of Swords, right? Doing it so that you won't be able to take your word back, like a definitive answer of no. These are the forces that are going to work against you, doing a irreparable, I don't know if it's going to be a damage, but it will be an irreparable harm by your decisions or by your doing. So you should think of it that way. If you giving a decision or making an action will have a irreparable consequences, that is something that you shouldn't do, or you shouldn't take a decision. But what is going to work in your favor here? You are going to have a extreme luck, right? With the Wheel of Fortune, 3rd position that we have. Hello, Taco. Welcome to the stream, and thank you for the $22.22. Thank you. Let me put you into the list. Okay. So, just hold on a second. Right. So you're going to have an immense luck. And under luck, I mean that throughout the month, whatever opportunity you take on, at least for the duration of September, you are going to see only the pros and not the cons of it. The cons may come after, but for the month of September, you are going to see only the pros of it. So you will be able to make the most out of all of your enterprises and all of your endeavors. And through that, the month is going to wrap up for you with the Two of Swords, which shows that you're going to come to a very important conclusion, a very important option that is taking under consideration every point of view and literally every path forward. So this is going to be the righteous or the right, or the most right of the rightest way that you can approach any given situation. And this answer that you're going to reach to is about a dilemma that you're going to be facing throughout the month, or that dilemma may be something that you're currently facing right now, and in the month of September you're going to find its answer. So that was for the sign of Aries. Now moving next, we have the sign of Taurus. First one for Taurus, it is Ten of Swords. Second one, that will be King of Swords. Third one, Page of Pentacles. And the final one, that will be Seven of Cups. It's a month where you are going to sever a pretty unhealthy and noxious influence that it is pressed upon you by that person of the King of Swords. The reason for this pressing influence of this person is because you fit very well with their well-being. So that is, I like to call them a leeches, you know, people that are having you around because they are well established and they are well, how can I put it into words, a well developed on your expense and on your account, and in the same time they are leaving you scrapes. They're literally leaving you nothing. And throughout the month, some of you Tauruses are going to figure that one out straight away at the start of the month. For others of you, will take a little bit more time, but throughout the duration of the month of September, you're going to figure out that this person can actually give you nothing, right? You are a piece of their life, making it well-oiled machine while your life is falling apart. And so throughout the month, you are going to make the executive decision, if I may put it that way, and it's going to be executive because it will be pretty definitive and there will be no going back from it, to basically break free from their influence. And the only thing you got to do is just make up your mind about it and make the very first step, or say it out loud. And the important stuff it is that you're going to have another individual next to you, which is under the character of Page of Pentacles, that will encourage you pretty much. They're going to bring a lot of resources and as well a lot of worth in your life, and you can recognize them. You can recognize who that one is in your life right now and into your environment as a person who puts you first in front of themselves. That is someone who is willing to sacrifice right now so you can feel very, very well. Okay, and that you can be better than you were a moments ago. And by severing this pretty deteriorating influence of the King of Swords, you're gonna wrap up the month with the Seven of Cups. And Seven of Cups, it's like the mother's dream for her children. Whether they are fantasies or seeds growing, yet remains to be knowing. But when you were on the influence of the King of Swords, they were out of your reach. So you're about to make the impossible possible by getting yourself away from the breaks that made it impossible. And those breaks have a name, and that is a person who is someone who plays very well with the truth. They don't lie, but they are playing with words, making it so that you never can figure out what they are actually saying. That is how you're going to recognize whom you should and try to get away from. All right, so next, that will be Gemini. Three of Wands, the Fool, Two of Cups, Three of Pentacles. Samuel, thank you for the 10 Australian. Thank you, Samuel. At the end of the stream, you're going to have a personalized reading on your inquiry, which is a general advice you wish. Let me put you into the list. And there we go. Okay. Right, so back to Gemini. It's a month of an upgrade and a breakthrough for you, Gemini. And we're talking about your current job. You're talking about the current field of job, current relationships, something that you are entering with throughout the month of into the month of September. This is a month where you will not gonna have a new beginnings, because the Fool card, it is what works against you, and what works against you, it is the new beginnings, meaning there will be no new beginnings. So if there is an opportunity for once, they are going to be significantly worse than what you are already developing. Into the aspects of that you are currently developing, whether a current project or whether a current job, month of September is going to be a month where you will establish a pretty well found, nice and solid patterns out there under the influence of the Three of Wands, which is the first card. Hello, Christina. In fact, such a good patterns that you're going to feel quite confident that now you can jump for more, kind of like raise the bar of your performance, take on a additional challenge, take on a bigger fish, so to speak, and you will be right of determining that you are quite ready. Also, that will be a month where your experience is going to dictate certain expectations that you're going to have, and those expectations, all of them are going to come up true. So that will be a month where you are not going to be caught by surprise, and a month where you will end up being significantly disappointed again, because you're just gonna expect it either way. Now, throughout the month, you will be very much supported by people that love you in general, with the Two of Cups, okay? People that are taking you and accepting you as a equal, so to speak. People that are not shy to tell you, you know, what they think. People that are not shy to show themselves in their true light in front of you, and people who does not address you with any kind of ego or any kind of hubris. So they ain't sitting on a high horse talking down on you. One specific case, and that is if you are single, is that you will be able to catch a big fish when it comes to love. Someone that many people want, but throughout the month of September, you're going to be the one who is going to make an impression to that person, and you're going to have your chance with them. Whether you will be able to manifest that chance or not, well, that will depend on your play, obviously, but you're going to have first the chance nonetheless. And the month is going to wrap up for you under the energy of the Three of Pentacles, where now you're going to have a lot of support into what you are pushing forward, into what you are developing currently. This support is going to be quite sincere and genuine, and this support will manifest into a quite of a fruitful discussions and cooperations as well. So that was for Gemini. Moving next, that will be Cancer. The Fool, Five of Cups, Eight of Swords, Ten of Wands. Give me a second. This is for you, Cancer. That is some kind of a out of nowhere new enterprise that you're gonna find yourself being very, very eager to take on, and you are going to take that enterprise on. And that is shown by the Fool here at the first position of the spread, which again, it is the topic and the environment of your week. And as such a position, the Fool stands for a couple of things, either a brand new beginning. And when we say brand new beginning, very many interpreters fail to explain what that is. Brand new beginning is when what is in front of you has nothing to do with your past. Okay. For example, if it is about a new job, that is not going to be the same kind of a job as with your past. For example, if you are law enforcement, your new job is not going to be you being a law enforcement, all right? Or if you are a lawyer, that new job is not going to be you being a lawyer, and so on and so forth. So that is a brand new beginning that has nothing to do with your past. It is a completely different with your past. And unfortunately, when you take it on, at least at first, you're going to end up quite disappointed from it. Now we can see that with the Five of Cups. The reasons could be couple, but for the most of you, the reason is going to be because you would have wished to do things differently. So what I do think that is going to take place here is new beginning. You do couple of choices at the start, how you're going to proceed, and how you're going to take on that new direction in your life. And when these choices develop, you would have wished to revisit and done things differently, but it's going to be impossible now. So I can't really call them wrong choices. They will be more like a less efficient decisions. But these disappointments that you're going to face throughout the month of September are going to be very, very temporary. They will last no longer than a couple of days, maybe a week at most. And then you're going to start seeing the better part of your development, the things that you should keep on going for, and will be able to recover the losses if you do face any losses, and to compensate for the disappointments. That is because with the Eight of Swords, which is what works in your favor, that card shows that this new beginning has a far bigger reach and far broader perspective than the one you are going to see at first, and the one that it is explained to you should that new beginning comes through some kind of an offer, proposal, or a contract. So this explanation or your initial perspective restrains you and constricts you of realizing how far you can go in this new beginning of yours. And when you realize how big of a potential you do have within this, for example, new relationship that will have nothing alike your previous relationships, with your new job that has nothing alike with your previous jobs, or your new social circle that has nothing to do with your previous social circles, when you do realize how far you can go with that and what it does demand, so you can push as far as you can under the influence of the Ten of Wands, I'm sorry, which is how the month wraps up for you, you're going to start living up to all the demands and expectations that are required in order for you to reach as far as the limit is of this new beginning of yours. So you are going to start fresh here in something. It may not be in your entire life, but definitely in an area of your life. and you will do very well for yourself, at least for throughout the month of September. So that was for Cancer. Next one, that will be Leo. And if you happen to be interested in having a personal reading with me, you can order one from my website, which link you can find in the description down below. Other than that, if you do decide to support the show financially, you can do so using Super Chat or a PayPal, which again, PayPal link you can find in the description down below. And anyone who does so will have a reading at the end of the stream, personalized reading at the end of the stream. That goes without saying. Right, so for Leo, let me shuffle well. Hey Gaia, welcome to the stream. The Wheel of Fortune, Page of Swords, Two of Cups, Six of Pentacles. This is a month that it is up for a major improvement, change, so to speak, into your love life for the most of you. It doesn't matter whether you are in a relationship right now or not. If you are in a relationship, for example, that is a month where this relationship is going to harmonize a lot more than it is right now. Or if you aren't in a relationship, definitely someone is going to show up for you that will want to be in a relationship with you, and the feeling is going to be mutual, at least at first. Okay, the real issue though that you are going to face is that person which is going to be highly unhappy, so to speak, of the choice you are making of your relationship. And just a couple of examples here. For example, that may be someone who really wants you to break up right now with your spouse, but you are growing ever more harmonious with them, and this pisses off that individual. Or that could be this third friend that we all have, which has to basically face check every suitor, and they need to approve before the suitor can get to us, and they highly disapprove or are disapproving your decision of whom you are going to date with. And it's going to be a problem because they're going to harp, right? They are going to start harping about how you're ruining, for example, your life, how you are doing the right choice, and how you are abandoning them, for example, and so on and so forth. So that is a person who has a very different idea of what your choice of emotional flow or emotional connection should be. And if you end up listening to them, you're going to basically kill any chances to make a once in a lifetime improvement. You will have other chances to make improvement in your love life, but like that one, it's once in a lifetime. So you're going to miss your chance to basically make it, to manifest it. If you don't miss it, like I said, you can expect ever so growing harmony in your love life, whether through finding someone new or whether through improving your current relationship to states that perfectly suits you, in a sense of that are accustomed to your current lifestyle. Right. Next one will be Virgo. Knight of Cups, Page of Pentacles, Three of Pentacles, Ten of Wands, Christina, thank you for the 10 US dollars. Thank you. Let me put you into the list. I am about to make lives for every single eclipse. Okay. And the spread is going to be 5-card spread. So it's going to be pretty extensive. Hold on a second. Okay. All right, Virgo, you're about to find or to end up with a better match into the month of September. That may be a match of team or a match of just a one individual here. But but bottom line is that month of September, little by little, under the energy of the Knight of Cups, you're gonna start striving more toward the stuff you wish rather than the stuff you are told to, so to speak. And little by little, you're gonna start making a progress into that direction. So what interpreters usually say, you're about to start manifesting the dreams of your heart, and that is how Knight of Cups operates. It holds the cup in front of him and follows it. And cups in tarot are a symbol of dreams, right? Kind of like the stuff you wish to accomplish. So you are about to hold the dreams of your heart in front of you and follow them and make a real progress, because Knight of Cups, it is the only court of cups that does not rely on any luck. In fact, the only court card that it doesn't rely on any luck, and luck cannot affect it, but instead the results are reciprocal to your efforts. Colossal results. Okay. But the problem is going to be that person here, which is a Page of Pentacles. It may play a role of organization or a team as well. And the problem is that they just cannot keep up with you anymore. So you will not want to have any use of them. In fact, they will be a dead weight for you. And one of the reasons why that's going to be the case, it is because they wouldn't be able to basically wrap their minds around your idea and around your drive. So basically they will be useless, not just only to you, but they are going to put your enterprises in jeopardy. Fear not though, because with the Three of Pentacles, which is into the third position of your spread, very quickly they will be replaced with people that are capable, and not just only capable, but as well willing to support you above everything else with examples, with advice, and with know-how, which is going to correct your wrong moves, or anticipating to make certain moves which are going to end up being wrong. So you gotta be willing to take on some criticism here throughout the month. Listen to it, because it's going to be very constructive criticism. Learn from it and do the right thing. And you can expect as well these people to, or that person, to guide you, entering in a cooperation with them. And by the end of the month, with Ten of Wands, you pretty much are going to have everything covered, in a sense of everything attended to. It will be quite a lot. Okay, so you're going to start feeling overwhelmed at certain point. But behind that colossal work, an amazing reward awaits you. So you will be able to make it for yourself. And hopefully you do have a big dreams right now because you are about to fulfill them into the month of September. Right? Next will be Libra. The Fool. Page of Cups. Knight of Swords. Four of Cups. Uh, you, my friends, are about to be very, very disappointed by someone that you're counting on in the month of September. Basically, that's the Page of Cups into the second position of the spread. So that is a person who promises you a lot. Basically, what their promise boils down to, I'm sorry, is to bring a positive change into your life. And you're going to recognize that person explaining you the positive change without explaining details like how this is going to happen. It's beyond an explanation right now, but believe me, I am going to get it done. Well, don't believe them because they will not going to get it done, and your eyes are going to be opened by another individual here, which is the Knight of Swords. That is a person who always thinks sober, and that they do have a quite of a high intelligence when it comes to seeing through the bullshits of others. And basically they're going to bring some sense, how can I put it into words, into you, because that individual Page of Cups, they're going to put some pink glasses on, on your face, and will make you, or at least they're gonna try to make you believe that, I know, the future is bright and colorful and whatnot, without you having to lift a finger for it. While that's not the truth, in fact, there is a lot of predicaments that you're gonna have to pretty much overcome going for such kind of a future that that person is promising to you. So basically, throughout the month, you're gonna leave that behind, that false promise you're gonna leave behind, and you're gonna end up focusing on your current enterprises, pretty much attending to all of them and reaching a good accomplishments, very satisfying results into these current enterprises of yours, to a point where it's not going to be just enough anymore for you. It will be pretty mundane. I mean, these accomplishments will become very quickly pretty mundane, and you're going to start looking for new ones. I will put it that way: if your labor bears fruits, you will eat those fruits pretty quickly, and then you're going to start looking for new ones. Okay, that was for Libra. Next one, Scorpio. We kind of need a good one here. First one for Scorpio, it is the Page of Wands, followed by the Strength. Third one, that will be Seven of Swords. And the final one, we do have actually Queen of Cups. That's a really good finish for such kind of a follow-up, or for such kind of a narrative, because what we are going to deal with into the month of September is quite of a new activities, for lack of better words. There are going to be a lot of varieties out there. I can't really call them an enterprises as well. There are going to be new people you're going to be introduced to. There are going to be new proposals. There are going to be basically a brand new activities. And it's important that throughout the month we are open for literally anything new that is going to be thrown our way, but these new activities we won't be able to share with our peoples or with other people. These are going to be activities that only we can experience, and they are an activities that we do deserve as well. Okay. The reason why that's going to be the case, it is because we need to be reminded how strong we are on our own accord, and we literally don't need anyone around, or we can handle life without anybody around. That doesn't mean that we have to be alone, but just the reminder of that we can handle it alone is going to breed a lot of strength into us. Now, talking about the strength, which is the tarot card into the second position of the spread, that shows that we may end up losing ourselves into a one or two activities. Prolonging them, for a lack of better word here, for a quite a time, entering into a magic circle, depriving ourselves of exploring the rest of the activities that the month is going to throw our way, and that way restricting ourselves into a one or two options available in front of us. And why is going to be important to have a lot of options available? Because at the end of the week here, which is a Queen of Cups, we are going to start making some kind of a plan, a long-term plan. This is going to be a plan that we are going to be freaking excited of doing, very emotionally attached to it. So it's going to be a plan about an emotional goal, something that we are going to be very eager and fulfilled about. Very emotionally connected to, something that we really want to take place and happen. And having more options about it, it's always better than having just one or two options. And with the Seven of Swords into the third position, I'm sorry, this this plan will be all about our own agenda. Okay, so that maybe for some of us, for the first time in life, all of the efforts that we are going to throw in are going to be about ourselves, and we are not going to make someone else richer, or someone else more successful with with our skill, for example, but we are going to throw it 100% for our own well-being. Okay, so that was Scorpio. Next one, Sagittarius. And if any of you happen to be interested in a personal reading, you can purchase one from our website, which link you can find in the description down below. And if you do wish to support the channel financially, you can do so using Super Chat or a PayPal, which again, link you can find in the description down below. And anyone who does so will get a personalized reading at the end of the stream. Okay. Sagittarius, Eight of Wands. the devil. Nine of Wands. Ace of Cups. This is a month regaining of a, yeah, it's of a regaining. It's like what was lost is going to be regained again. So what we have here is that right at the start of the month, the first few days or a week at most, there will be quite of a big dynamic. There are going to be a lot of stuff moving around, shifting layers and whatnot. That will allow you to take on an options that were not possible by that point, especially when you are where you are feeling like you are at a dead end and you have no option to continue further. That is, these are going to be the fields where those options are going to appear for you. You're going to have a lot of freedom to, how can I put it into words, to choose your own turf, if I may put it that way. Decide under what conditions you want to continue on forward. And this is where exactly the danger lies for you through the devil card being into the second position, because you may end up tempting yourself or caving to the temptation, basically to be selfish, long story short, and think only of yourself, do what suits you best, without taking under the account that this doing could screw up other people's fates that are involved in these enterprises and in these situations. And if you do so, you are going to have to pay later on into the future in certain ways. Now, what those ways are, they're going to be very individualized for every single one of you. So instead of doing that, instead of doing what you want, it will be pretty clear to you what you must do, what is the right thing for you to do, and being decisive, doing it will restore a certain hope for you, Sagittarius. For example, if you have lost hope that you're ever going to find love again, doing the right thing this month, which is again is going to be pretty clear to you and is going to be the opposite of what you want to do, or different rather of what you want to do. So doing it, you will find love. Or if you have lost hope that you're going to have a good job, doing it, it will grant you a good new job. Or if you have lost hope that you are ever going to have a peaceful life, doing it will grant you a peaceful life, at least for a time. Okay, because these things, it's you have to fight for them every single day, like the freedom. Freedom is fought for every single day. And in your case, the same thing. But bottom line is that you have a something that every person has. Okay, every person has a place in their hearts that was emptied because they end up being disappointed, very, very disappointed, of not being able again to find a good job, or not being able to catch up on a relationship and kind of like develop it for a very long time, making it flourish and blossom and whatnot. And usually people give up, you know, after the 10th try, the 10th fail attempt, people let go of, right? I mean, they stop believing that that could happen to them. Well, it happens to you this month of September if you do the right thing. Right, next, that will be Capricorn. Six of Pentacles, Eight of Swords, Seven of Swords, Seven of Wands, that is very, very interesting. You are going to earn a high position into the month of September, Capricorn. Not necessarily high position at work, maybe high position in society, like for example exploding fellowship, when it comes to social media, right? Or just being very praised in your social circle and adopt a very high position, well respected position out there, right? But bottom line is that you're going to end up at the top of the ladder of the hierarchy that it is possible for you. This is described by the Six of Pentacles. Basically, at the place where you are, you can't go any higher than that. Okay, that is the possible limit being out there, and at that point you can expect two things. One is that you alone have to take on responsibilities for the challenges, the troubles, and the success that you are going to be getting there. The second thing that is going to take place is that you are going to be very comfortable and harmonious about the stuff that are happening to you throughout the month of September, whether intimately wise or whether career wise at that place. So comfortable and knowing about them that you will start overlooking certain options available, and by overlooking I mean you are going to impose some limits to yourself that will completely negate and certain options available that are going to be around you. We can see that through the Eight of Swords being into the second position, and the only thing that I can guarantee you here through the Seven of Swords into the third position is that this is a state or a position that you're going to take or you're going to end up into, which you do deserve. Okay, through the goodness you did, through the effort you place, through the knowledge you have. Okay, that is a something that will cover your goal, your agenda, or rather like a position that is going to fit with your goal, with your agenda, and it is a one that you basically are going to deserve, because Seven of Swords in a positive position is when your self-righteousness aligns with the universal judgment or with the universal righteousness. So in that case, it may look to others that it is unfair, but it is a very fair deal, at least for you. And it will look to others that it is unfair because the month is going to wrap up about for you with a Seven of Wands. So a couple of things about how the month is going to wrap up. First, well, you're going to earn a lot of competition and enemies just because you are occupying a place a lot of other people want. But also this place is going to open up a lot of possibilities for you, and towards the end of the month you are going to end up in the perfect storm, if I may put it that way. So you're going to end up with the right people at the right time at the right place, and only thing left for you to do is take an action. Okay, next one, Aquarius. The Chariot, Queen of Wands, the Strength, Three of Pentacles. This very much looks like a competition. Yeah, it looks like a competition because with the first two cards, you're going to compete with someone that believes themselves unbeatable and very capable, someone who is used to always prevail, but this time around you're going to be the one who is going to triumph on the situation, and that could be competing for the same client or competing for the same position at work, competing for the same person to start dating. Either way, that individual which is Queen of Wands, okay, they are a people who, like I said, they are used to prevail, and also they are a people who is always about them, right? They want to be into the center of the social circle of the universe, so to speak, into the center of the action, and to be always about them. This time around, though, you're going to end up to beat the odds straight away. That's going to be a month where you beat the odds, and not just only you triumph, but you triumph the way you wish that triumph to take place, which is going to make you super proud of yourself. And not just only that, but also is going to earn you the favor of important people. We can see that with the Three of Pentacles, which important people will invest in you in a certain way. They may pay for your education, they may offer you a better job, you know, in generally they will invest in you, but also will require from you to do something bigger, something better, something more, okay, to develop further. And this is going to be a start of a long journey. We can see that with the Strength card into the third position. This is what works in your favor, and in your favor works a very long-term chase, maybe, should I put it that way? Like a goal that you are going to be chasing, and there will be always a spark of enthusiasm for you. So that's going to be a goal that it's never going to run dry on interest for you, and of you know, of a passion, a goal that will really keep your attention to it. And when you accomplish it, you will see that it was all worth it, and you would have done it. If you had to do it again, you would do it in a blink of an eye. Very successful month for Aquarius. And last but not least, we have Pisces. Hello, Soraya. Knight of Swords. Again, Queen of Wands. Three of Swords. 10 of Wands. Wow. Ah. For a Pisces, you're gonna piss someone off. That is because the month is going to present you with options that are gonna work for you, and in the same time are going to be options that you want to take. So the way how I see it here is that you're gonna have someone who tells you what you gotta do or what you should do. You pick a different option than the one they want you to make, and it works for you perfectly. And this is gonna drive that person mad. Okay, it just is gonna drive that person mad. Additionally to it, in this month, you can expect mental and emotional healing through the Three of Swords into the third position, right? I can't really say that this is going to be a point of forgiveness, but whatever bad feelings and bad or negative thoughts had been, yeah, that's Pisces tackle, had been implanted in your mind, you will be able to shake those thoughts off, okay? And this shake off is going to be thanks to that you're going to see a light at the end of the tunnel. And actually there are a variants, that there are options that actually suits you. So this is going to be a month dappled of these options available. And you're going to reach to them uh, through your wisdom and as well intelligence. So for once, when you decide what to do, you will consult with your feelings, and you're going to feel good about your choice, and in the same time that choice is going to work very well for you. And you're going to wrap up here the month under the influence of the Ten of Wands, having quite a lot of things to do because you chose to do so, because you chose to have those things to do, and because they're going to work for you. All of them are going to carry reward, and it's up to you whether you're going to live up to your choices or not. But you can end up being very busy, earning a lot for yourself into the month of September. Right, so that was for the 12 star signs. And now anyone who supported the stream and the channel through Super Chat or a PayPal is about to have a reading, personalized one, right about now. I'm saying about because I'm going to have a couple of minutes of a break to shuffle and to catch up my breath. Jennifer, thank you for the $8.88. Thank you, Jennifer. I put you into the list. All right, Yasmin. Those are your cards here. Seven of Swords, the Lovers, Temperance, and Page of Swords. Now, the first thing is that you are going to make some improvements of uh, of your health into the month of September. By the look of the cards, primarily through shaking off stress. Okay, shaking off the stress will help you make some improvements into your health situation. And another thing about you throughout the month of September is some kind of a conflict that are gonna take root. And the reason for those conflicts is going to be because you are seeing different attitude than the one you think you deserve. And the thing about the month of September is that your assessment of what you deserve is going to be pretty much spot on. So not being given the attitude or the recognition, the appreciation, the payment that you think you deserve is gonna drive you nuts. And this time around, you're not gonna have a silent treatment about it. On the contrary, that's gonna be the month where you're going to slam your fist on the table and you will demand what you have been owed. So you can use it toward your own agenda. And at first, this is going to create problems for you. That may be problems at work. It could be problems at your love life, for example, or a problems in your social circle. But as the month progresses and you are, thank you, Gaia, good night. And you're progressing through the month, showing a strong backbone, staying your ground and all that. Little by little, these people are going to start caving in and start respecting your opinion. And towards the end of the month, you are going to make that cleansing of primarily your social circle or the people that you are associating with, separating from those which simply will never gonna come around and are always gonna be thorn in your feet, not allowing you to push forward, simply because they just can't comprehend where you're coming from. But from the rest, from the smart people around you, you will earn compassion, solidarity, and respect for not caving in to the, I would say, mainstream opinion. But the bigger thing for you, Yasmin, is again a health improvements, probably through a diet. No, Taco, that's not yours. That's Yasmin's one. Um, Yours is about to come around. Yours is right now. Those are your Lenormand cards. They didn't made much sense at first. So we do have the child, the bouquet, and the moon. So they didn't make much sense at first, but now that I drew the tarot cards, which are a Knight of Swords with the Queen of Wands, Six of Pentacles, and Knight of Cups, now they do. So month of September is going to be about you. It's not about a fight. So let me try to explain you the situation that way. You want to make things in one way, and that person who is involved just as much as you do into the situation, they will want to do the things different way around, and they will be convinced that your way is not going to produce results. Okay, but the thing is that you are going to have the final say. So think of the situation where you are equally involved with someone, but ultimately it boils down to how things are going to move forward. Because, for example, you are the one with the skill, or you are the one with the money, and so on and so forth. So this person will strongly oppose you of going forward your way around, and will try to do anything by her or his power to influence you into doing it their way around. And they will be wrong, because your way is gonna bring you fame and rewards, bonuses, um, gifts as well. Small at first, but they are going to start increasing more and more as the time kind of like progresses forward into the future. And one of the reasons for that, it is because this time around you will really gonna know what you're doing, and by the end of the month you're gonna end up having uh, certain results that you wish you accomplish, or rather like that you have wished that you can accomplish. They will be pretty much covered up and pretty much accomplished by the end of the month. So you are going to have a wish fulfillment, but it is important that you do things your way rather than the way of the one that sits beside you. So from one side, it's going to be a month where you are going to have to put up with that person. From another side, you will, I can't really say earn their respect, but more like making them accept you with awe, because you will prove them wrong that you won't be able to handle stuff around, which you clearly are going to, because the subject is going to be completely within the framework of your expertise, um, your civilization, and your resources as well. Uh, you recognize the situation, okay, when this individual tries to manipulate you, right? Tries to tell you what is good for you, that it's like you don't know what is good for you, right? That is how the situation is going to be about. It's like they know better than yourself what is good for you. Okay, next, Samuel, general advice. You're welcome, Taco. You're welcome, mate. Two of Cups, the advice is about your love life, Samuel, or a person of interest of yours, and the advice is that you don't know everything, okay? And there is a reason why right now the situation is unfulfilling, not to say disappointing right away, but the reason is pretty, it has its merits, and the merits are big, and this disappointment is for good, or for good in a sense, good for the future development, and it is a temporary one, right? It's just a temporary one. So it's important not to give up, but in the same time not to carry that relationship or the attempts to make relationship by yourself. Do your part and wait until the other side it's ready to do their part. But for now, what you need to know it is that your decisions were correct. MT, thank you for the 20. Thank you, MT. Your turn now. After MT, Christina's turn. So MT's turn now. I'm far better than last Thursday. Thank you for asking. It was pretty bad back then. I mean, I had a vertigo. I was nauseated, so I couldn't do the live stream. It was quite terrible experience. All right, MT. Um, those are the cards, and month of September isn't gonna be a big deal for you, and it affects your social circle more than anything else. So what we have there is a woman that is going to start spreading um, gossips and rumors about you, okay? Which gossips and rumors are going to start undermining can I put it into words? Mm. Certain things that you had established. You may, for example, you may have established a deal with a client of yours, and now the rumors and the gossips of that woman is shaking off that deal, okay, making that client uncertain and hesitant to most likely a friend. It's unlikely to be family. That is most likely someone you work with, someone that spends a lot of time with you, right? Or you are talking with almost every day, so to speak, because it names themselves loyal and faithful and a friend of yours, so to speak. And that's what the month of September is all about. Kind of like obtaining the full picture that this person is not your friend. Okay, they are. I can't really say an enemy because that's who they are. I mean, that's how they make their living. For example, by it's a female. It's a female. You know, by jeopardizing the buildup of others. And um, because of that, you're going to have to change a lot of your plans. Okay, a lot of concepts that you do have right now, for example, for the structure of your business or for how you're going to, you know, spend your free time and whatnot, will become impossible. So that is a person who has, who plays important parts in your life. Okay, and without them you will have to rearrange your concepts and as well your plans. And while it may look like that's, you know, you had been betrayed, actually you are going to be propelled forward, because according to the tarot cards, your new plans, once revisited without that individual being involved in, are going to be far better than the plans you are having with them. Okay, a lot more options in front of you, a lot more possibilities, a lot bigger openings. Do you just have to go through that initial shock, realizing that that is not your friend, okay? And you should stay away from that one, like, forever. All right, next, Christina. How will the eclipses affect me in September? Karen, long time no see. Thank you for the 15. Mwah. Thank you, Karen. Let me put you into the list. Just to keep you up to date, Karen, Pisces Moonbeam is no longer part of the channel moving forward. So just, you know, yeah, long time no see. How is your health? Those are your cards, Christina. Now, the eclipses should affect you very well as a result. Well, that's nice to hear, Karen. That's nice to hear. Um, Hopefully it gets to stable, you know, that you don't have to worry about it. Really hope for that. Right, so Christina, again, the result, because what these eclipses are going to, let's put it that way, trigger for you is a better way of making use of your time, making use of your resources, um, making better judgment, okay, and also seeing things clearly, understanding what you're doing is outdated and replacing it with up to date or attuned to the situation. For example, approach, advance, code of conduct, performance. And what this is going to do for you is open up and possibilities for a huge leap in development for you. Far better job, more suitable suitor, for example, a better social circle, the man, the job, the project, the client, you know, with the capital letters here. And at least what is expected up from those cards is that once these eclipses are done with you, simply everything is going to work like, again, well-oiled machine. Of course, not everything can be good, you know, there are pros and cons to everything, and your cons are that it may not live up to your standards at that point. What I mean is, yeah, you're gonna end up developing love, but not according to your ideals. There will be more to be desired from it, at least from you. Yeah, it's a good job, but you won't have everything from it. If it is a well-paid one, probably is going to involve things that you don't want to do, okay, or don't like to do. And so it's all putting up with this unjustified hope that you may have at the start of the process. But you are going to end up having an opportunity to be, like I said, a very well developed and successful here because of the eclipses through changing your code of conduct, concepts, and performance. Yeah, it is more than a half a year now. All right, Karen, your turn. So let's see how the month of September is going to be for you. But back to Christina just for a second. So how this is going to apply to you on a day-to-day basis, Christina, it is that you're going to see a lot of plans that you will need to change, because these plans that you are having are going to be out of date. They will not gonna fit with what you are chasing at that point. So if you want to keep up with the improvement, you will have to change certain parts of your plans. Those are the cards for you, Karen. Miss Right? Yeah, I did. I did, Karen. 1 year ago. You have been away for a very long time. So yeah, a year ago I did. Right, month of September for you. Those are the cards. And month of September is gonna slow down. It will become way more simple, simplistic. That doesn't mean bad, right? It means that you will kind of, well, what word should I use here? It will become way more organized, okay, and way more to do one thing after another. And everything that you will have to do throughout the month, or every step you take throughout the month of September, is gonna bear a meaning. And this meaning is going to be, can I put it into words? This meaning is going to shave off the unnecessary activities for you, the unnecessary burdens for you. Yeah, it's gonna be peaceful, right? But not boring, right? You may have a lot of stuff to do, but they are not going to be pressing, stressful, and they will be very organized and simplified for you and easy, you know, because it's going to be step by step. And accomplishing those steps will bring a lot of substantiability. So the result of these accomplishments is going to be very essential and substantial for your life. And long story short, that will be a light at the end of the tunnel for you. Something to grapple on if nothing else matters and if everything else loses meaning. But you will, how can I put it into words? You are going to liberate yourself from a lot of unnecessary, say, people, say, activities, okay? Say, if you will, worries. If you are worrying in vain, you will worry no longer. Of course, nobody knows whether he worries in vain or not, but you're just gonna stop worrying if it is in vain. And advice we do have for you from the cards: if you have the chance to spend some time in nature, do it. It will revitalize you and you will be much more vivacious when you get back. Hopefully, yeah, Karen. All right, News Devon, with the inquiry, what is coming my way? You're welcome. Uh, those are the cards, News Devon. In the month of September, the most important event for you is going to be a call from your family, okay, or from a family member, an elder of yours, if they're amongst the living, or a person that plays a role as an elder of the family. And either an inheritance will be discussed, or you are going to be invited over. And the reason is going to be more or less not exactly opaque at first. There will be a sensitive information that cannot be shared on the phone. That is what's coming your way. And Jennifer, last but not least, with the inquiry, what do I need to be aware of? So let's have a look. Those are the cards, Jennifer. What you need to be aware of is that you can beat the odds, but it will require accepting something, and that is that a bigger part of the problems you're facing or the failures that you have to deal with is because you made them so. Okay, it's the reason that you are facing those difficulties is because of your lifestyle. Whether you're over too trusty and you need to trust this time around, your healthy sense of mistrust, either you are spending more than you're earning, okay, or kind of like either you are way too, for example, open or introvert, whatever the case, but there is a problem in your lifestyle that you need to fix, and then you will be able to beat the odds. And that problem in your lifestyle, it always, like I said, it's a problem. Sometimes, being too good is a problem, because kind of like people believe if they do only good, life is going to be good for them, but that's not true, because universe works in balance, and balance is not equilibrium. These are two different things. Equilibrium is when you have two equal things, right? While balance is, for example, as long as there is rich, there will be poor. That's a balance. While equilibrium, it is like the money are spread equally amongst everyone. For as long as there are naive, there are going to be scammers. That's a balance. Because if one is absent, the other is going to be no longer. There is no balance, and therefore they cannot exist. So you will need to restore the balance in your life. And then you will be able to beat the odds alone. That is another thing you need to be aware of. It is ultimately you don't need anyone to handle your situation. But in order to do so, you will have to change something in your lifestyle. All right. Okay, guys. So, and girls. So that's gonna do it for tonight. Thank you so much for your generosity. Thank you. I love you, guys and girls. And next time, that will be next Thursday. Let me see what date that is going to be. It's the 4th of September. So let me see. We have it's in the 7th of September. Oh, it is exactly the same day when I do have live stream. 4th. We have Uranus retrograde. I can do what we need to know. I will decide on a later date what exactly the stream is going to be about. Yeah, but for now, this is going to do it for tonight. Again, thank you so much for watching, and we're going to see each other in a few days. Until then, bye.